Google, IBM, Dell, Deutsche, Telekom, LG, Standard Bank. These companies don't agree on anything. Different industries, different continents, and different agendas. But they all made the same bet on one blockchain. And almost nobody in crypto is talking about it. Before I explain why, let me show you something. Avery, Dennison, $9 billion company. They make the labels on basically everything you buy. They built a system called Atma.io. It tracks products across global supply chains from factory to shelf. Billions of items. That system runs on chain. Right now. Production, not a testnet and not a pilot. The blockchain they use, it's not Ethereum or Solana. Not any chain retail is watching. Keep that in mind because what I'm about to show you explains why. Here what's actually happening in crypto right now. Retail is watching AI tokens and meme coins and AI tokens and looking for the next narrative rotation. Look, some of that prints, no judgment, but there's a completely different game being played and it's invisible unless you know where to look. Enterprise adoption, not the partnership announcement kind, the real kind. Companies deploying infrastructure, committing capital, taking governance seats, two different markets, two different signals. Most people are watching one, smart money is watching the other. So where do you actually see this happening? There's one place where 49 of the world's biggest companies aren't just building, they are governing, not advisors, not partners, governors, running nodes, voting on protocol changes, putting their reputation on the line. The Hedera Council. Let me show you in the room. We have the tech, the builders, Google, IBM, Dell, Hitachi, LG, Wipro, Tata Communication. Then we have the money, the finance, Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank, Nomura, BitGo. We have the infrastructure, Telekom, Deutsche Telekom, Zain. From energy, the scale, EDF, Repsol, blockchain for energy. From the legal, we have a compliance layer, Dentons, the LA Piper, two of the largest firms on the planet. And then ServiceNow, Ubisoft, London School of Economics, IIT Madras, Magalu, Avery, Dennison, Mondelez. 49 members, every sector, every continent, except Antarctica. This isn't a partnership page. This is a boardroom. Now, why does this structure matter? One question. Who controls the network? Ethereum, credibly neutral, but no formal governance. Decisions happen in Discord calls and forums. Solana, the foundation exists, but we all know who's really steering. Most L1s have one team, one foundation, one point of failure. Hedera, 49 votes. No single member controls more than one, and the terms rotate. Google can't override IBM. Deutsche Telekom can't veto Dell. That's not decentralization theater. That's actual distributed control. And that's exactly what an enterprise compliance team needs to see before they sign off. Let me make this concrete. Standard Bank, largest bank in Africa by assets, they are not exploring blockchain. They are a council member governing. What does a bank that size see that retail doesn't? Cross-border payments. The cross-border payments in Africa are broken, slow, expensive, fragmented. Stablecoin infrastructure on a chain with a real governance. Substant fees and free second finality. That's not a crypto narrative, that's a business solution. Shinhan Bank, one of Korea's largest, same story. Council member, building. ServiceNow, $150 billion market cap. Enterprise workflow, software in half of the Fortune 500. They are not making partnership announcements. They are at the table. When you see this many serious players concentrated in one place, that's signal. Let's go quick on the tech, because it matters, but I'll keep it tight. Hedera doesn't use blockchain, it uses hashgraph, different consensus mechanism. What does that mean for you? 10,000 plus transactions per second. Finality, 3 to 5 seconds. Fees in fraction of a cent, and it's predictable, not a gas auction. It's carbon negative, verified, not a talking point. A compliance checkbox for any public company with ESG obligation. The tech isn't the story, but it's why the story is possible. Here's what most people miss: the timing. Hedera has been around since 2018, and if you've been in crypto a while, you might be thinking, if this was real, wouldn't it have moved by now? I think it's fair, but I'll give you a counter. 2018 to 2022, enterprises were exploring, pilots, experiments, nobody was deploying. 2023 to 2024, that was the shift. ETFs got approved, BlackRock tokenizing funds. Franklin Templeton is now on chain. Regulatory clarity is starting to form. 2025-2026, it's a deployment phase. The pilots became products. The exploration became infrastructure. Hedera wasn't early, and the market wasn't ready. Now it is. And the council that was built during the quiet years, that's the mode. One more thing, because I know how crypto works. The moment I say enterprise adoption, half the audience checks out. It sounds boring. It sounds like 2017 IBM Hyperledger, those press releases that went nowhere. I get it, but here's the difference. Those projects were private chains, permission, no token, no skin in the game. Hedera is public, HBar is a native asset. Every transaction, every use case, every council member deployment, it flows through HBar. When Standard Bank settles payments, HBar moves. When Atma.io logs a billion supply chain events, HBar moves. When ServiceNow now integrates blockchain workflows, HBar moves. The tokenomics are directly tied to enterprise usage. That's not a narrative, that's a business model. So here's what I want you to take from this. There are two crypto markets right now. One is loud, meme coin, narratives, Twitter cycles. One is quiet, boardrooms, compliance approvals, infrastructure deployment. Most people are only watching one. Hedera is the clearest window into the second. 49 companies, Fortune 500 names, not advising, governing. You can scroll past this, or you can ask what do they know that I don't. Look at who is building. Look at where serious capital is positioning. Because by the time enterprise adoption becomes a retail narrative, the move already happened, and that's the game.